here's a path at Mirror Lake. It's kind of a foggy, wet morning, but we stopped to take a walk on this path on our way to Milford Sound. So we should be there later this afternoon doing a boat cruise on Milford Sound. All right, see you on the trail. And here are some ducks floating around on this backwaters of Mirror Lake. Pretty foggy here today. Off on the lower Hollyford Drive, and I'm assuming this river is going down towards Hollyford. But look at here. We got some peaks that go up. It's hard to present the elevation here, but it's up there. In the clouds. And it looks like there's another one over there as well, but that one's even shrouded in more clouds. So we just stopped to take a look. Check out lower Hollyford. You guys remember. A little further up that stream that we just stopped at a moment ago, making its way down towards Hollyford. Here's some waterfalls. Really decent. Alright, let's take a picture. Take it to this angle too. Pretty cool. Yes, man. There's Patty. Here I am, but I'm on the other side of the falls. Oh, there. Pretty good. Once again, here's the road we were going down, and here's all the high peaks around here. It's hard to capture in a video, but there's ice up there. It is just gorgeous. High peak down. Wow. Amazing. Waterfalls coming down up there too. Pretty much everywhere in this valley. Here's the first waterfall as we leave Milford Sound Fjord Dock. Look at that thing. I can see, there's like mist in the air. I can see why. It is just pouring down off there. Wow. I'm sure those falls have a name, but I don't know what they are. Yeah, it's amazing. Come around the corner, and we can see how it's pounding into the sound. So those are the docks we just left. We're just pulling out, and we could not see this from the docks. It's just around that point. There's the peaks up above it. And see what that means. Just beautiful. Wow. Amazing. Rainbow. Yeah. Just getting the sunshine off the falls. That is awesome. So Patty and I are in our room on the Fjordland Discovery. You can see we have two nice windows. Looking out at Milford Sound. That's beautiful. We have a king size bed here. I don't know. It's big. I think it's king size. That's the entryway into the suite, and we have a full bathroom. We have a toilet, a sink, and a shower. So, we're all set. Cruising on the Milford Sound.
So, doesn't get any better than that, I guess. Not for tonight, anyway.
Here's the view off the back of the boat. Going around Milford Sound. Big peak right there. Oh, there's another waterfall over there. Cool. There's another peak right there. And then some more waterfalls.
And when it came around Dale Point, it was much to his surprise that he discovered this was actually a big inlet, a big body of water. So as he was cruising on it for the first time, he named it Milford Haven after his place of birth, a small inlet along the Welsh coastline now.
Look how rock caved
Now
off
when
there.
Zono came in for the first time, one of the first things that he named was this mountain on the left-hand side here. This is Mighton. It is the second tallest peak in the world to come directly out of the sea. That's 1,692 metres tall. It is just shy of 1 vertical mile. Now, that combined with the 300 metres. Yeah, also, on another note, we're just reaching the midway point of the fjord here. These set of waterfalls on our left here, these are some of our more temporary well-known waterfalls known as the Four Sisters. So Milford Sound here was carved out by a succession of 3 different glacial periods, 3 different glaciers that have carved away at the valley. Now, evidence of how these glaciers carved away at the region can be seen right the way back to Gianel. But some of the best evidence sitting right here at Milford Sound. Now over to our right hand side you've got Sterling Falls. Now that is one of 2 permanent waterfalls here at Milford Sound. Just above Sterling Falls, that giant U-shaped valley. Now that U-shaped valley is what we call a hanging valley. And a hanging valley is what's left behind after a glacier has made its way through the area. Now follow that hanging valley round to the left off ahead of us, and you'll be able to see that inlet of the sea, which is the definition of a fjord, whereas a sound is a valley that has been carved out by rivers. Now the only true sounds we have in New Zealand are the Mulva Sound, that sit right up the top of the South Island there. So the reason they call these sounds not fjords, the first charting of the fjord coastline was done in 1770 by Captain Cook. Now following that, the majority of the inland waters of the Ormond charted out during the early 1800s.
We are at Fairy Falls. And we're going to go in the falls. We need a shower anyway. Look at that. Wow. There it is. As you can see, the water coming right down in the sound. Right from the top. That's awesome. There they are. Fairy Falls. And that's how they end up in the fjord. That's cool.
You had the perfect spot. Yeah.